Jim.
Hello, Ilona. It's nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience of seeking, or what are you looking for, and how did you find Liberation Unleashed?
Now, that is a question I keep asking myself. How did I find Liberation Unleashed? I can't remember. I searched so much, and I think that possibly I was on a subreddit, maybe for non-duality or meditation or something, and someone mentioned something about a book. I don't know how, but I came across your book, The Gateless Gate Crashers. And I didn't even know it was your book. I didn't even know who you were. I didn't know what Liberation Unleashed was. And I read through it. I gave him a couple of friends a copy and said, hey, check this out. And, we talked about it, and that was about it. And that was like a month or so ago. And then I kind of just, okay, it's another thing that I've read, and it's interesting, and it's a part of the inquiry that I've been doing. So I'm not sure how I ended up on Liberation Unleashed, but I was someone mentioned something about it, and I went to it, and then I saw a post. I thought, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try and go through this process through Liberation Unleashed and see what happens. I still did not realize that you were connected to it at that time, or that the Gateless Gate Crashers book was connected to it at all. And I didn't know that until you reached out to me, and I saw your name, and I thought, wait, that name's really familiar to me. And then I was like, wow, this is like a weird universe we live in. And here I am. I mean, when did I start? I grew up in a church. I grew up in church, going to a Christian church. When I became about 17 or 18, I radically dove into that. And actually not even the church I was growing up in. I dove into like a more spirit filled charismatic church. And I basically followed Christianity for, I would guess, 20 years or so, something like that. I began questioning things. I began to allow myself to question things, I should say, because I definitely question things always, but I didn't always allow it. I recognize that now as the conditioning, trying to hold on to the beliefs that I had. But then I started to meditate about 6 or 7 years ago. Okay. So I downloaded Headspace because that was the first thing that I found. And I fell in love with it like really quickly. I mean, it did take some time, but it started to create space between my emotions and my reactions to those emotions, my response. So emotion regulation was really what drove me towards meditation, was that desire to be able to handle some of the stresses in life. I have 4 biological children, adopted 2 boys from the foster care system, been through 2 divorces. So life gets kind of messy, and I didn't know how to regulate those things. So what started out as just me trying to calm my waters, so to speak. It's just that incessant, insatiable quest for truth is still there. It's still wanting more, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've experienced some glimpses, I say, into, I don't know if I'd call it an egoless state or not, but it kind of felt like it. Yeah, so I've had some tastes of those things, and I want to better understand maybe I think you know what I'm saying. It's so hard to put to words, but because of all the preconceived things I've been taught, um, all the books I've read, all of the videos I've watched, all the things that said, I know the language. I know how to speak about this. But it's the recognition that this is it, that it's right here, that it's this. And that part is that chatter of the me, the I, it's so strong. Yeah, it's so strong, that connection to self. And I'd like that to dissolve some or all, at least for
I
a glimpse.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing. In your understanding as it is, like right this moment, what does this no self point to? What does it mean? Like in your experience, how would you say?
Well, I mean, it's perspective, I suppose. That I perceive everything from this location, from this spot, from this place. And I mean, you said how am I experiencing it, correct? Or did you say how do I think about it?
What is your experience of it? Let's say that.
Okay. Well, I mean, my experience is that it's me. That this is me. I realize this is not my hand. I know how that goes. I know my name is not who I am. I understand that my gender isn't who I am. I see all those things. And I understand those things, but still the incessant labeling of every single thing that I see, and including myself, it feels like that I'm separate. It
From
feels
what?
like that I'm from everything.
From everything. Okay.
I guess, kind of. I mean, it feels like that
let's look at this, because it's a good question. What, the separate self or me, what is it separate from? Precisely.
What is this separate?
Yes. Right here, right now. How do you know there is separateness? What informs you about it?
Focus. So if I look at the wall across from me right now, and I don't really look, and I just kind of look, when thought comes in, all of a sudden I see the door, I see the picture, I see this, I see that, I see, I see these different items. But when I'm just looking, and thought isn't there, there's moments where I just see everything without labeling. And so that separation, I think, comes from the thought. That thought brings focus on individual quote unquote items, including myself.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, okay. We can say there is a wall, there is a door, there is a window. It's just names for the colors and shapes.
Right.
Is the wall separate from color?
That's funny. Well, I mean, what's color? I guess Wow. Is the wall separate from color? No, it doesn't seem like it.
Okay, so this hand, this is
Mhm.
wall, right? This is separate from that? Or is this separate from color? What is this separate from? You said from everything. How is this the thing that is moving there separate from that or from that or from that?
Well, sometimes it feels a little trippy and it feels like it's not. I say that without using, there's,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about from experience. I've never experienced like an LSD trip or anything like that. But when you said that, how is it separate? There's an element of if it doesn't feel separate, it feels weird. Like it doesn't. It's I know it's weird to say, but it feels like something's going on. Like something weird's happening right now that you're seeing this, and it just kind of snaps into like separateness again. So there's like small glimpses of things, uh, especially when I look at trees. Man, I don't know why, but when I look at trees, I really sense a loss of some separation at times. I don't know why. Not sure why.
Okay, so let's go back to the assumption. I am here
Yes.
separate from everything. That is assumption that I am here, the world is out there, I am separate from everything. How do you know? How do you know you are separate from everything?
I don't know, but I feel. I mean, that's the question. And I don't know. I don't because because there's this veil of brain, this thought machine inside this head that that is really an illusion maker, and it's really obvious to me that that I can look at a man-made optical illusion and be fooled by it, and then be shown that it's not, that what I'm seeing is not real, or this is just my brain trying to make sense of everything. And it's the same thing as in with waking life, that everything, I understand that colors don't exist, that I mean that's scientific, that colors only exist from on the eye of the perceiver. The one that's perceiving is the one that sees the color. So how do I, like, what was the question? What was the question? It was,
how do you know that there is separateness?
Yeah, I don't know that there's separateness. I know that I am, I guess I could stop there. I know that I know there's existence. I know that I'm perceiving.
Okay, very good. There is existence. Yes.
Yeah.
You can call it life. Some people may call it God. Or some people may call it consciousness.
Energy or consciousness. Yeah.
Whatever name. But how can something be separate from that? Are you separate from existence?
No. No. Not.
So there is only an assumption, and question assumption says, I am here, the world is out there, I'm separate from the world. It's just some old story that we've been taught.
Right. Yes, I see this. Well, there is seeing, I suppose we could say. So I understand that. I just don't.
You don't see it.
I don't see it.
What is there to see? How would you see an absence of separateness?
Well, for me, I don't know, because otherwise I would have done it. But how would I experience that? I mean, there's been glimpses. There's been like small moments in between thoughts, and I'm not just quoting something. I mean, seriously, it's like in between the thinking. There's room for everything. Like there's room for everything. And
is there room for thinking?
In the thinking, I mean, in the silence.
Is there room
for
thinking? Because now thinking seems like it's something separate from existing.
No, there's plenty of room for it.
It is. It's here.
There is. There's plenty of room for it, but I feel like it hijacks. Like it hijacks me somehow. Well, me. I feel hijacked. I feel like something is like, like I'm forced to. I get that I am living in this existence, that this is the way that this body experiences things. I understand why the brain creates a separate self. It makes sense to protect it because it gives value to it. And so therefore I want to protect it because now it's an I, it's me, it's mine. I need to protect this. I need to feed my family. I need to buy my groceries. I need to whatever. I need to see my doctor. And so it's useful. It's a useful tool. But it also
Okay, let's play a little thing.
Okay.
Right, okay, so I don't know if you can see, but here is a little drop. It's not very focused. Yeah, a little drop. Yeah. Now just imagine like a cartoon about this little drop. So this little drop says, oh, look at this, I'm a little drop. I'm a drop. Yes. And I'm looking for water. Can you help me to find water? All my life I keep hearing that there is such a thing, water, and I'm separate from water, but can you help me to find it? What would you say to that drop in this cartoon?
I would say you are water.
Right.
I would say that you are water.
Yeah. So and the drop would say, but what can I do to see that I am water? What can I do? I want to be water. I want to become water. And I don't see it. All I see is that I am a drop.
That's a good luck. No, I'm joking.
Good luck. Yes.
What would I say to it?
What can you say to it?
I'd probably say, can't you see that you are water? Like, this is what you are. You are water. You're H2O. here's your makeup. This is what you are. Yeah. Maybe I'd show it the ocean, and maybe I'd dip my finger in it and say, look, see, you're just like this, you're water. Maybe, right. I don't know.
Yes, very good, very good. Because what can you say to a drop? You're talking to water. It's water. It's already water. It's not like a drop is a separate entity, separated from water. It's just a name for shape and form. The essence, what it is already that. It's already water. So now let's take a different drop. Here you go, this gem drop. Yeah. His existence. Mm-hmm. And I don't see it. What can we tell to this Jim character? Like, here you go, there is existence already, and you're that. This is how existence shows up in this form and shape, with this name, with this function. It's already that.
Well, what's funny is that this Jim says stuff like you're saying right now all the time to his friends.
Okay.
I tell people constantly, you don't have a life, you are life. Though that's a quote. That was an Eckhart quote. But I mean, that I see that, I recognize that.
Because it's not like you are that. It's a little bit different. Like the drop is water. Well, it's the water that shows up as a shape of a drop. It is existence that shows up as this form, as this name, as the function. So if I say, I am life, there's me, there is life. And I'm trying to find out how is that possible? But it's not like there is me and life. There's only life showing up as. Life shows up as everything.
Yes.
It's so easy to see if you look at the tree. Look at the tree. Is life happening to a tree or as a tree?
Well, life is happening as a tree, just like it's happening as, the forest floor or as my water bottle. Well, that's not life. Well, I don't know.
It is. Well, because, we can
yes, you're right.
into color, sound, sensation, smell, taste, feeling, thoughts. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's how this life manifests as this apparent being.
Right. It's really it's really just this super strong story. Like this story that is so, it is loud. It's loud. It's a very loud story of this, of me. And there's a part of me that says, well, I mean, you do exist. You're part of all of this. Your thought. Sure. That's a thought, but it's not, it's just a thought. It's not, and it's okay. It's okay that there's that feeling of a separate self. Like it is what it is. I don't know if a worm experiences that, but I'm pretty sure a dog does, somewhat, or a dolphin.
Okay, and you said there is a feeling of a separate self.
Say that one more time.
You said that there is a feeling of being a separate self. Can you find that feeling? What's that feeling? Which feeling precisely is that? Feeling that say, right, this is the feeling of separate self.
it feels like control. Maybe it feels. Did you say where is it, or did you say what is it?
Where is it? I mean, find in your experience.
Mm-hmm.
Find that feeling that would say, here it is. You know what the sadness is, what joy is, what
Mm-hmm.
laughter is. Which
If
of all feelings is the
mm-hmm.
separate self?
Well, originally I was going to say control, and then I thought, okay, well, but what does that mean? What is control? And I was like, well, control would be trying to not be afraid. maybe fear. Maybe fear. This idea of not being in control. It was something to me. It feels like it's centered around this idea of being in control, being together, being.
Okay, so where is that control center?
Well, that would be in the brain, which is not me. I mean, you see, I recognize, I do recognize deeply that I'm not my brain, I'm not my thoughts. That is not, that's not a question. Like,
the question is there a sense or sensation or feeling of separate self?
That's a hard thing to just.
You may close your eyes and just see, focus there.
Okay.
Where is that feeling that you would say, all right, this is it, this is the separate self. Or me. Separate me. Me in control. Is there such a feeling?
I mean, I was going to say, I don't know. I mean, it's not tangible. It doesn't feel tangible. It doesn't feel, I can't grasp it. I can't point to it. Right?
What if it's not even there?
For those of you listening, I just screwed up my face really hard because I don't know. What if it's not there?
Yeah, have a look. Is it there?
Well, I said it's just a thought. So is a thought really there? I don't know. Is it? I mean, I guess there. I've thought, but it's not tangible. See, and the brain just starts racing right now. It's like, well, you have lots of thoughts, and you don't give all of them credit. You don't give all of them credibility. Some of them you embrace, some of them you reject. But this one, you don't even question. Well, that's not true. I do question it a lot. I question it a lot, but they're all just thought.
Right.
And I go with the one that benefits me the most. I go with the one that I feel that feels most calming, the one that makes me feel more peace. But really, it's just thought.
Okay, so if I tell you this, that no self or there is no separate entity called me in charge and control of life happening.
Mhm.
Simpler way to put it is that life is happening by itself. The existence exists by itself. Nobody in charge of it.
I would feel like I was playing a game with myself, and I've done that. I feel like that I kind of am playing a game. I mean, I can do that, but it doesn't feel real. It feels like I'm playing. It feels like I'm ignoring something that is really happening. That's the story that comes. It's like, hey, you are real. You are separate. Look at you. Look, experience. This is what's happening. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but chill out. I'm just going to enjoy this walk in the woods today. And
see, the thing with these thoughts is that they are vague. They're vague. They're just stuff that we learn from other people.
right. Yeah. Other people, television, and
yes.
whatever. Yeah. Which is other people. Yeah.
Yes. So it says, oh, you are a separate self. You are a separate entity. You are here and life is out there. But it's just so vague. So when you zoom in into that thought, like what are you separate from precisely? What does that mean? Being separate from everything.
So what does it mean? What does it mean to be separate from everything? I'll probably rewatch this and realize that's the first question you asked me, but I don't know. I'm not sure actually if it was. Because I feel like I'm just going around in that same kind of thought. What is it mean to be separate? That is a new thought for me. For me. I might have to spend some time with that.
Okay.
Maybe.
See, the search, when there is a search, I need to find that essence or that oneness or truth, whatever way you call it, is saying that here is not enough. There's something else. There's something deeper. There's something more profound. There's something to find out. But it never questions the premise where that question is coming from, where that quest for something else is coming from. And it's only coming from the idea that there is something else out there that I don't have.
Right. But I was just talking about this. I've explored that recently, that idea that the searching is just another thought. It's like this, I don't know why, but inside my head, I've always been more, deeper, insatiable desire for truth. For I look around the world and I see everything looks so messed up, and I'm like, what are all these people doing? Why are they living this way? This is not important. What's important is just your happiness. Why are you trying to build all this wealth? Why are you trying to do all these things? And so that was the target of my quest, was this: I want to be different. I'm different than all these people. I'm different. I'm not like this. That just led to searching for some more meaning, searching for meaning and purpose. I realized that there's no meaning. There's no purpose. But I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that it's okay. It's life. The worm doesn't ask itself, what's the purpose of me eating this dirt? Just doing it, just living. I mean, so I get that, and I'm just living.
Yes. So what if you already have everything that you need, everything that is already here, right here, right now? It's not something to look for. It's not something to look for. It's to look at, to explore what is here, to notice what is here.
I know that I can read this later, but I'm going to write that down. Look at, look for. Okay. All right.
So the search is looking for something that I don't have, or I need to get. Or this is not it, there is something else. But that energy in itself is the tension away from this, away from existence. Trying to find existence, looking away from it. But this is it. This is already here. Everything is here. Sounds, colors, sensations, feelings, thoughts, everything's already here. There's nothing to look for. There's nothing hidden or hiding.
Is there this moment of like breakthrough where you go, Eureka?
No.
I'm glad I asked that then.
There is nothing. There's nothing else than what it is here already. So it's not like, oh, I see this first time. It's always here. I always see it.
And that feels like just head knowledge to me, but I might be wrong. It just feels like this, oh yeah, well, everything's here, I exist, and life is awesome, or well, I don't have to give it value, but I'm just saying that life is this is what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Is that something you need to think about, or is it obvious?
Well, no, it's sometimes it's very obvious, and sometimes it's not so obvious. There's this constant, incessant chatter that's disrupting the experience of it.
Okay, but the experience is the chatter.
This is true.
Okay, I'll give you an example, another one. Like you go to a sea in the morning, and there are loads and loads of waves, like just waves and waves and waves. Like, where is the sea? I cannot see it. I can only see the waves. You go home disappointed. And next morning you go in there, and there is no wind, and the sea is just flat, no waves. And then you say, aha, here's the sea. Now I can see it. So when this mind is waving, it's like, oh, where is existence? I don't get it. Where is it? But it's just waving. It's the existence waving. It's color, sound, sensations, feelings. It's not like existence is lost because there are mental waves happening. It is existence waving. It's mental energy.
I can see that. I think I'll have a nice hike today. I'm just messing. I'm just being silly. No, I see that. I can see. It's just like the water image that you gave. It's like this.
To tell you here now, there are birds singing, there's some siren going on somewhere, alarm. There's clear blue sky with a few clouds. We're sitting here having this conversation. There's no separateness from the whole. Nothing is separate from the whole. It's impossible.
It's interesting. I can see the no self, or whatever you want to call that. I can see just the thought of self, the thought of no self, the thought of non-duality, the thought of separateness. I see all these thoughts, and I can embrace that idea that yeah, this is this. It's all this. Everything's happening. I can embrace that idea. Okay. And then my head immediately goes to non-duality and goes, okay, but this is not you. Like that's what the brain does. Like the brain will.
Yes, but
oh wait, but you're right.
You.
Wait, I was going to say, wait, nothing is me. So that all of a sudden that kind of clicked a little bit there, because people say, oh, here we go. People say, I am you, you are me.
Yes.
Right. But really, that's just words of people trying to fit this into that stuff that they've had put into their minds for their whole lives. They're trying to possibly they're trying to sound spiritual, or like that they have some kind of deeper understanding of something. And that actually kind of messes with me a little. People paint these pictures of things, and then you think, oh, I want that. I need that. That's what I need. But really, it's just someone else's words. Okay.
Okay, so I give you a homework till we meet next time.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm thinking which one now. All right, you mentioned going into the nature. Get out into the nature.
I will.
Outside, outdoors. And see how everything moves and wiggles together. Everything. Like it's one movement. It's not like a branch on a tree is doing its own dance independently of everything else. It's moving together with everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you see that, once you feel that movement, see if that applies to this, to the body, to the thoughts, to the feelings, to the sensations. Is that part of the same movement? Or is there like a line between inside and outside? Is there my separate movement that I do whatever I like? Or is this the same movement? Everything is the same flow of life, same energy, or whichever words you like.
Okay. I will definitely do that.
Yeah, so it's connecting the aliveness that is nature to this aliveness that is here, seeing that it's the same aliveness.
Right.
That this aliveness is not separated from outside by, like, the barrier of the, what we call skin, or this color, or the sensation.
Yes. And that nature doesn't look at me and go, oh, I'm not that.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of looking for something that is not here. Let's look at what is here, what is obvious, what is simple, what is just right in front of your eyes all the time.
I will do that. Thank you.
And another thing to say, that don't wait for anything to happen, because nothing needs to happen. It's always been as it is. So I see you next time. Great to be with you. Great to explore.
Thank you.
Okay, bye now.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks.